I've been dating someone for 2 months, and let me just tell you a little bit of a story about him coming over today. So for context, we do Thursday nights and one day at the weekend, and I'm actually seeing him on Saturday. So there's not actually been much time in between. And when he left yesterday, I was like, well, you're leaving at 2 to be at mine at 3, right? And he confirmed that, so that was fine. So we haven't messaged this morning. We had a little chat last night, but I was out at the cinema with my mum. But this morning we have not spoken. And then it gets to 2 and I'm like, you're meant to be kind of leaving. Well, I'm 2 months in now. I can judge how this is going, and it's going well. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to leave it until 20 past to hear that he's left. Because if he hasn't left by then, that really is late. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. But lo and behold, at 4:14, he texts and says, I'm leaving, I'll see you at 3. But I'm in the middle of washing up, so I don't reply. I go downstairs, I'm sorting some stuff out to straighten up the house, for when someone comes around. I come back upstairs and there's a missed call on my phone. I'm like, okay, everything all right? So I call back and I'm like, hey, you all right? And he's like, yeah, but you didn't reply. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm quite quick with my phone, but even I could leave it free. But he was like, well, we hadn't spoken, and then I wasn't sure if I got the time right. And basically, it's not a super panic, but you can hear the overthinking that's occurred in these few minutes that have then led to the phone call, which was, he was like, maybe you're giving me the silent treatment. And the thing is that I know, for example, if this were the other way around and I'd done the same, I would be thinking the same, which is why I'm finding it rather entertaining. And we're at a point where we both understand that we both have some of these traits, so we totally get it. But I mean, I joked. I was like, I can just imagine your life flashing before your eyes in those 3 minutes between sending the message and then phone calling and then not getting a response. Let me clarify, I've got no reason to silent treatment him over not having spoken to me this morning. He was like, I had thought of you this morning, but I knew I was seeing you later, so I didn't say anything. But then he was like, maybe I should have just said something to clarify later on. I was like, it's cool. We liked each other's Be Reals. That basically means the same thing. It's a little micro interaction of acknowledgement, which I think is important. But we don't need to have any kind of conversation if we're about to spend an afternoon, evening and morning together. It's just this interesting moment to note, because I know it would be the same if I was the other way around, but it's really interesting to experience on this side. And don't get me wrong, we have a jokey relationship in that sense, but I totally was like, no, it's fine. I'm not a silent treatment kind of person. I was like, do you genuinely think I'm going to do that? It's not. If anything, I said, I'm going to probably talk more. And I shared with him that I had my 220 buffer, that if it got to 220, I was going to call him anyway. Funny.